took the one that was said to be better. I kept running without asking myself, where am I going? What am I chasing for? What do I want to do? The butterfly pupa woke me up. I should choose the way that I really want to go. So I closed my eyes and went back to the past 10 years. When I was 13, one of my friends was bullied. One of my classmates smoked in a restaurant. I saw how a teacher coped with complicated problems originated from peers, family, and individuals. I saw how significant a teacher could be, because all the students are going to become the major part of the world. When I was 13, I wanted to be a teacher that can change young people's life and their attitudes. When I was 16, I joined in a drama competition, and when I acted as a grandmother and tell his son how passionate parents would want to give love to their children, I suddenly realized that being an actor, I can express all my feelings and thoughts to the audience, and maybe I can inspire some of them to take action to make a change. When I was 16, I wanted to be an actress because acting is a perfect way to motivate and to inspire the world. Now, I'm 19, and I'm a medical student. I want to be a doctor. I want to be a doctor that can devote to the society. A doctor that cares about every one of the patients. I want to be a doctor that loves doctoring. Every event taking place in our life had its own significance. We should close our eyes and listen. Malala Yousafzai heard the voice from her heart, and she advocates education for girls. Dr. Wong closed his eyes, and he heard the voice from his heart. He cared about Blackfoot patients. And me? I'll keep looking for my passion until the day I realize where I'm heading to. Let's close our eyes and listen. There is a voice from the deep, deep within, waiting for every one of us. Do you hear that? Thank you.
Thanks for contestant number 11 speech. Timer report.
This is the 11th timer's report. For contestant number 11, Liang Youxuan, 6 minutes and 29 seconds. Thank you.
1 minute silence. Contestant number 12, 李梦璇 Light. Light. 李梦璇
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. My name is Angel. Today, I want to talk about light. What is light? Light is the opposite of dark, a source of world, the guide of the light, the aid of dream to navigation. And for me, light is giving and care. I still remember remember that the children looked at me like I was an angel, and they just smiled happily. When I was about leaving, they were all frustrated and kept asking me if I would be back. This made me feel that I would never regret the decision I made 3 years ago. When I was a freshman in this college, I was eager for having much experience about service. As a result, I chose to join Fengxing Medical Service team. Every summer vacation, our team would go to Penghu to do service for residents. We raised more than 2 million funds and a considerable number of supplies, converting more than 130 voluntary students and 60 health providers together. We worked into 19 villages in Huxi, Huang'an, and Qimei. Some elders and children say that in order to earn more money, a large population of youth leave home to Taiwan. As a result, it's about 90% of residents who live in Penghu are elders and children. Due to the lack of information about a health concerning issue among elders in Penghu, we offered free medical service, including basic physical examinations and variable consultations and therapies from doctors, dentists, pharmacists, nurses, dietitians, and physiotherapists. However, what really lingered on my mind was the experience with the elders. I still remember that a 90-year-old granny who suffered from diabetes lived alone in Penghu, and her children were all busy working in Taiwan. Tell me, just tell me, when can I stop suffering? Why can't I just die? This was the words she said when we first met. I was shocked, heartbreaking, and reluctant at the moment. Looking at the face with wrinkles and tears on it, I suddenly realized that service is not only about the knowledge needed when doing all the examinations or consultations. What really matters is accompanying. I tried to encourage her to tell stories from her old days. Finally, wrinkly but warm smile showed on her face, just like the sunshine light on it. This touching moment is still vivid and solid my motivation of giving care. Besides, also had home meditation and medical camps for elementary school students. We educated them by songs and games. Whenever I heard such brief melodies, the children's smiles, giggles, curious eyes, and the smell of their sweat all overflow my brain. They sung English songs and danced with us very joyfully. In the evening, we accompanied them home and chatted with their families. Every time when we say goodbye to each other, we were all reluctant to leave. It is worthy for us to do all this service because that we lighten up their lives. This meaningful service to Penghu really expanded my horizon. During all these periods, we found out many impressive stories in this beautiful island. We realized that they need care, they need love, they need light. Every time when we accompanied them and made them feel warm, I knew that our of their lives. Nevertheless, what the most important is that we were all lighted up by their moving stories. It is said that those who bring sunshine to the lives of others cannot keep it from themselves. We light the world. We light ourselves. Thank you.
Thanks for contestant number 12 speech. Timer report.
This is the 12th timer's report. For contestant number 12, Li Mengxuan, 5 minutes and 56 seconds. Thank you.
1 minute silence. Contestant number 13, Guo Zhenlong, Zenoranga. Guo Zhenlong.
Everyone, please take a look at my topic on the agenda. Are you wondering what the topic is? Is it the mistake by TMU Toastmasters? I have to say, believe what you see. This is definitely my topic. Now, I'll give you 10 seconds to find out what it means. And start! Time's up. Does anyone knows the correct answer? I'm pretty sure that you cannot find out the meaning. Why? Because this is my name with O-A. What? Look, the first word alphabet is Z, Z-H-E-N. And the 6th to 9th alphabet is Rong, R-O-N-G. Zhenrong, O-A. Okay. So, I want to ask you, did you enjoy the moment when you want to find out something new? If yes, please raise your hand. Okay, put your hands in. Have you already noticed the situation? It's so familiar with the well-known movie. It's 3 Idiots. 3 Idiots is a story of human struggle from cradle to grave. This movie portrays how the human struggle for existence begins with the birth of a child. The child opens his eyes in the world to see the expectation floating in the eyes of his parents, who wants their children to become engineer, doctor, or other officers, and glorify their family name. Now, I want to talk about what education we had. Internationally, students generally have 7 classes per day, 5 days a week, have to carry few or no books. spend 30 minutes to 60 minutes after school on review and have little homework. Each semester is 18 weeks long, and students take part in other activities during summer and winter breaks. Test results follow normal distribution, with most results falling around the mid to high level, with fewer top and bottom results. In Taiwan, students have 8 classes per day, 5 or 6 days per week, carry a lot of books, go to cram school in the evening and on weekends, have more homework than they can finish. Each semester is 20 weeks long, and students studies during summer and winter breaks. When it comes to test results, there are few mid to high results, but many fail. So, our curiosity for new things are gradually disappeared. Moreover, the most thing we learn is definition. Memorize the whole sentence on the book. This raises the question of why we, after working so hard, get worse results. Learning is not memorizing the extra words from the book. Learning is understanding and being able to use your own words to explain it. You know where I heard these words? It's 3 idiots. There is no doubt that the problem we met is too much and too difficult to change. Due to this education system, I used to lose my future direction when I was sophomore. I was wondering about the suitable way for me. Following these thoughts, I attended countless lectures from biomedical science to engineering. Luckily, I have a wonderful family and great professors. They gave me a lot of suggestions and concerns. Finally, I chose biomedical informatics as my final decision. Now, I work very hard to learn programming language. Until now, I have already learned 5 to 7 kinds of languages. It makes me proud. I enjoy the learning, even the frustration when I encountered several problems. Today, I'm not telling you a story against the bad education system. The thing I want to tell you is that, do you enjoy learning? Now, close your eyes. Everyone has your own reason for learning. Like, you just want to work hard and earn more money in the future. Or you just want to study hard because you don't want to let your parents disappoint you. Listen to your mind. Do you enjoy it? Now, open your eyes. Make your passion profession, and work will become a game. Pursue for excellence, and success will chase you. Last but not least, I would like to invite all of you to repeat after me. All is well! All is well. Fantastic.
Thanks for contestant number 13 speech. Timer report.
This is the 13th timer's report. For contestant number 13, Guo Zhenrong, 7 minutes and 20 seconds. 20 seconds, yes. Thank you.
1970. Contestant number 14. The last one. Monica Wong. Triple question mark. Triple question mark. Monica Wong.
Good evening. I guess I'm really nervous now, especially because all of the people before me were really good. And they also had really nice topics. Unlike me. Originally, Andrew even told me to just talk about cats. But I wouldn't do that to you guys. I actually thought really hard about what I could talk about. And I just kept thinking and thinking and thinking and nothing. So that's why my title was just question marks. So I was sitting there with a big Word document open, and I thought to myself, I can talk about anything I want to, so why is this so hard? Well, according to Barry Schwartz, it's not my fault. It's actually not a lack of topic that makes it difficult, but having to choose out of so many options that makes starting the speech so hard. In society, there's a strange idea that maximum choices means maximum freedom because we can choose what's best for ourselves by ourselves. But in actuality, it doesn't always work out that way. In fact, it can turn out to be the opposite. The plethora of choices that face us can create paralysis. The most obvious and recent example would be me having to write this speech. But let's give you another example. So there's an unpublished writer called Essie, and if you look online, there's 364 different base coats. That's basically one for every day of the year, and this number doesn't even include sparkles, textures, or special editions. So when I have to buy nail polish, I look at the rack, and then I look at my outfit, and then I look at my skin tone, and I just decide that it's easy to just not paint my nails. So that makes sense. More choices means it's harder to decide. But then, if that's the case, how do we make any hard decision? Well, in all honesty, we don't. We just have the illusion of this. In his book, Predictably Irrational, Dan Ariely explains that most of the things that we think we're deciding, well, they're actually just designed. We're just choosing default solutions. So, if you go to the local grocery store where I used to live, a beautiful place called Target, you'll find 68 different brands of ketchup. But the only one that I can actually remember is Heinz. And while I'm not sure if that means anything here, the point is that because advertising has made Heinz the most prominent, it's the only one that I would remember, and thus the only one I would buy. We're so used to making our own decisions. We wake up in the morning and we decide what to eat for breakfast, what to wear, what to do that day. We often don't realize how much of our individual decisions are influenced by our environment. Okay, but what about the big decisions? Surely society doesn't influence us to the extent that it controls who we marry, or what house to buy, or what school to go to. And that's right. Instead, it's just a combination of our rational and irrational preferences, in a way that isn't really a measurable unit. So take a look at my decision about where to study. If I had a functional rational brain, I wouldn't be here. I would have realized that studying in Taiwan when I don't know any Chinese isn't going to work out. But then the other half of me thought, well, I might regret this in the future, and this could be a fun opportunity. and they would have to balance out, and eventually the rational side gave in and said, fine, I will fly to the other side of the world where everything is hot, humid, and all in Chinese. We can get stuck on big decisions because, as philosopher Ruth Chang describes, all of our options are equally good or equally bad. See, if you had to choose between getting your wallet stolen or winning the lottery, the choice should be easy. At least I hope it is. But no, it would be like going back to my school decision, where no matter where I go, it's all a great studying opportunity. And it's not like I'm comparing color to pasta either. No, instead, no matter which one I choose, there's a significant opportunity cost, which is an economic term referring to the alternatives lost when another one is chosen. All this freedom to make decisions, and not such a rational way to make them, can end up with dissatisfaction and disappointment. Now, I'm not saying that this is always the case, but with all of our infinite choices, we have higher expectations. And when they're not always met, we don't have anyone to blame but ourselves for making these choices. So, let's give you an example. When I was a kid, my mom would choose my clothes for me, which I'm assuming is the same for all of you. And sometimes they were a little bit weird, but I would wear them anyway. And when she chose something that I liked, I would be pleasantly surprised. Okay, how does this show up on me? Are you even looking? Yes, thank you. It looks okay, right? I think it looks okay. Well, I went through 3 different shopping malls, and I tried on probably hundreds of different shirts before I chose this one. And then I think there were so many choices. Like, how come I didn't get the perfect shirt? This one's okay, but maybe if I had searched longer or broadened my options, I would have had a better shirt. Okay, so this is definitely an exaggeration because I actually really like this shirt, but the point is that all of these choices aren't always good. Basically, if you weren't listening to me talk, you should listen now. I'm going to say something important. The key to happiness is lower expectations. No, I'm just kidding. But next time you're stuck on thinking about what to write for an essay or what to say for your speech, slow down and think about it. How are you making these decisions? Thank you.
Thanks for contestant number 14 speech. Timer report.
This is the final timer's report for contestant number 14, Monica Wong. 6 minutes and 11 seconds. Thank you.
1 minute silence. Now, judges, please keep the score sheet to our staff. And this is the end of 14 contestants' speeches. Here, we'd like to invite our 4 judges to give us some suggestions and comments. First, we'd like to invite Huang Xiangling teacher to give us some suggestions. Let's welcome Xiangling teacher.